Right, Manchester United lose 3-0 to Liverpool, and a disastrous game from start to finish. Ultimately, we couldn't do enough in the game, and Liverpool were 10 times better than we are. Some silly mistakes, some silly decisions by Ten Hag. This is the match reaction for the game. What a disgraceful performance by Manchester United. Not one player for me really gave everything on the pitch. Liverpool were 10 times better than we were, and again, it's looking very, very difficult. The pressure is going to keep mounting for Ten Hag. 2 losses out of his first 3 with 2 home games is really, really poor. I mean, CASEMIRO cost us the game single-handedly. 2 poor mistakes. I mean, what was he doing on both of the goals? Poor pass from him to Manu, and then another sloppy mistake in midfield. And listen, we had to bring on a young debutant in Toby Collier just to kind of save that embarrassment. I'm so happy that we've signed Ugarte, because CASEMIRO can't be starting regular games. It's only big games for Manchester United anymore. That ship has kind of sailed. And you look at what we need now going forward. It's Manchester United's fault. I think, listen, if we get in Ugarte earlier, they could probably start this game. And this is kind of on the board here. But ultimately, I think, look at the press, it was non-existent. I think the first 20 minutes, we started well. But other than that, it was pretty poor, to be honest with you. I think Liverpool absolutely dominated us. And listen, they haven't conceded a goal so far in the Premier League season. Manchester United couldn't really do anything to kind of stop that. Listen, we barely created any chances. I think Xerxes had 2 very, very good chances. Other than that, I think Garnacho was quiet. And Bruno, absolutely shocking. The midfield absolutely cost us today. You look at Liverpool midfield, they've got Gravenberch, McAllister, and McAllister in that midfield, and Szoboszlai, like, absolutely way better than our midfield. Our midfield just has no balance. No kind of consistency. And listen, you look at our best player on the pitch, it was probably Ahmad when he came on. He came on in the 70th minute. He had the most touches in the box for a United player. Only playing 25 minutes of the game with the added time. He was absolutely, for me, the best player on that pitch. And it was an embarrassment today. Ten Hag's going to get a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism, which is fairly deserved, because it was a disgraceful performance by us from start to finish. No, we didn't provide any threat going forward. Sloppy mistakes in possession, and ultimately Liverpool got the 3 points that we deserved. I think you look at going forward into our next game, certain players have to get dropped. I think as I said, there wasn't one player who absolutely took this game. I think the mistakes in midfield cost us, and in this next game you have to bring in Ugarte. He has to start. I don't care if he's 75% fit. We can't have CASEMIRO starting for us. Liverpool absolutely bullied us. Not a threat at all from Xerxes, really, except from the 2 chances, which I think he should have done better. Rashford, again, disgraceful. And we just don't really see a pattern of play from Manchester United. We look at Bruno being ruthless and reckless going forward. There's no consistency, there's no kind of communication in that midfield. Big gaps again. The press seemed really, really off. And Ten Hag has got a lot to answer for, because he's going to get criticised for this game. We're at home, we should be winning this game. The fact we didn't really have a shot on target in that first half does show us everything. Like, Liverpool toyed with us, making sloppy errors, sloppy mistakes. Defensively, really, really poor out of the back. I think Onana, you look at the goals, I mean, CASEMIRO literally couldn't do anything much worse. 2 mistakes for the goal, made over 5-6 mistakes in that game. It was a disgrace as a Manchester United performance, and CASEMIRO, for me, has to go. This has to be his final, like, yes, he can come on as a cameo performance, but this has to be his final start for Manchester United, because we can't have him starting any more games for this football club, because he's a disgrace. Amad Diallo, brilliant. For me, I think he was one of our best players. But listen, for me, I think that midfield cost us, CASEMIRO in particular. I mean, we're giving a debut to a 20-year-old, 45 minutes, Toby Collier against Liverpool, just to see what he can really do. As I said, the pressure going to get mounted onto Ten Hag again, which is fairly right, because I think the substitutions, again, bringing on Ahmad was the right decision, but it should never have been for Garnacho. Yes, Garnacho didn't have the greatest games and was pretty poor in possession, to be honest with you, but he offered way more than Rashford. Rashford just didn't look confident today. think he would have a big game today against Liverpool, but he just couldn't offer that. Bruno as well, the midfield, the whole team really. We got bypassed 50-60 times in that midfield. Again, listen to the fans who stayed, who travelled, they didn't deserve this performance. Yeah, and honestly, a shambles of a performance from start to finish, and Erik Ten Hag has a lot to do. He's got an international break which couldn't come sooner for Manchester United. I mean, 3 points out of a possible 9 is shocking. And listen, we got some big games after the international break, Southampton. After that, then we got cup games. Like, Erik Ten Hag has got to get this squad back to doing something, just keeping the simples. After the international break, hopefully we can get Ugarte in. And get some structure into that midfield and get the game going, because Liverpool absolutely bossed us around the park and it was such a shambles of a performance. Erik Ten Hag has got to really get his head around the players. And listen, this is not me protecting any players, but I think we were honestly not deserving of winning this game. So listen, I'm not going to give any credit to Liverpool, but there was gaps open. I don't think we defended well enough. Salah, I think Onana's position on the goals were at fault again, and it was another poor performance by him. And you look at us going forward, we didn't have many options coming off the bench. I mean, we had a 32-year-old Eriksen, like literally no threat coming off the bench, and ultimately this is what cost us that game. So listen, Manchester United, we take the defeat, we move on. But listen, this is by no means Ten Hag should be sacked. But if we're putting these performances, no style of play, no performance, players' heads are down, no confidence, lack of ability. Yeah, it's disgraceful. And this has to stop now, because this was a poor performance. Liverpool players smiling after the game. They should be ashamed, because we didn't deserve for it to end like this. Listen, honestly, it is what it is. I'm going to leave the match reaction there. But Manchester United, CASEMIRO, let's talk about him. Saudi, whether that's happened, I mean, Ten Hag clapping the fans, he doesn't deserve it today. Some big decisions made, which were in the correct decision. I think he's got big things to do over the summer. Get Ugarte in, get a bit of style of play, what they've been saying on Sky Sports. See some unity, see some quality in that team, because ultimately Liverpool dismantled us. It was 3 mistakes for 3 goals, counter-attacked us, destroyed us. And listen, I think, as I said, that first half was probably largely better than that second half, but then the mistakes started to kick in. We didn't look confident, sloppy in possession, not winning anything here really. Liverpool bossed us, and yeah, they deserve all the criticism they're going to get. I think Rashford, particularly, for me, always head down, didn't really look confident. He had a one-on-one opportunity, didn't take it. Garnacho, poor. Let's be honest, I think Ahmad was the only one who really livened up the game. And yeah, Liverpool had a game plan going into this, and Manchester United's game plan was probably try and stop out Liverpool, use on the counter-attack. We couldn't even do that. And ultimately the game, like, we literally just got dismantled from start to finish by Liverpool, and this is disgraceful. Like, I don't know where we go from here. Erik Ten Hag's got a lot of questions around his head, and he's gonna have to deal with a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism. Listen, we're one bad pass away in every situation of being from a 4-on-2 every time. It's a structural issue from Ten Hag. He's got to get the defence and midfield kind of combined. Yeah, honestly, disgraceful. Listen, Rashford, I think, listen, he created a few good chances, but that's really it. But yeah, another awful performance by Manchester United. Thankfully, the game is over. We move on. Let's see, honestly, what we can do. It's going to be a long season for United. When the going gets tough, we need big players. We can't do it anymore. A lot of Manchester United fans chanting, and the fans did absolutely fantastically. But yeah, Casemiro, I think for me, was the big player who cost us. His performance was a disgrace from start to finish. We didn't even score. Like, we're the only team in the Premier League this week not to score. Every other team has scored. Liverpool did a number on us. And listen, Ineos have got big decisions to make. I don't think it's anything about sacking. But listen, United are not even in the top 10 of the Premier League table. Liverpool are second with the same goals, same points as Man City. Like, that was the difference there. And you look at going into the game, it's supposed to be a game where United can... Listen, we've got points against Liverpool before, but we just couldn't get it today. So thank you for watching. An absolute disgrace of a performance. United in 14th, -3 goal difference again. Like, it's honestly a laughable offence for Manchester United. So, yeah, let's see what happens. But a disgrace of a performance. And listen, questions. Ten Hag has really got to do something special, because he's going to get that criticism that he deserves and needs to be coming his way. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. What did you think of the game? Thank you for watching.